Welcome to this introduction to the Ktor Framework. Ktor is a powerful framework for building modern server-side applications using Kotlin. Throughout this tutorial, we'll explore how Ktor enables developers to create efficient, scalable backend systems with clean and concise code. Ktor brings together the elegance of Kotlin with asynchronous programming capabilities, making server development both enjoyable and productive. Ktor is a lightweight, asynchronous framework specifically designed for building connected applications in Kotlin. What makes Ktor special is its foundation on Kotlin Coroutines, which allows your applications to handle asynchronous operations smoothly without blocking threads. Unlike opinionated frameworks that force you into specific patterns, Ktor is highly customizable and gives you the freedom to structure your application the way you want. It was created by JetBrains, the same team that develops Kotlin itself, ensuring seamless integration with the language and its ecosystem. Ktor comes packed with several key features that make it an excellent choice for server development. First, it's incredibly lightweight, meaning it has a minimal footprint and only includes essential dependencies, which keeps your application lean and fast. Second, Ktor uses a plugin system that provides a modular architecture, allowing you to install only the features you need. Third, it's a multi-platform framework that works on the JVM, Android, JavaScript, and even native platforms, giving you flexibility in deployment. Finally, Ktor is highly testable, with built-in testing support that makes it easy to write and run tests for your server applications. Let's look at how simple it is to create a basic Ktor server. You start by calling the embedded server function, passing a netty as the server engine and specifying a port number, such as 8080. Inside the server block, you define your routing logic. For example, you can create a get route for the route path that responds with a simple text message like Hello Ktor. Finally, you call the start method with wait set to true, which starts the server and keeps it running. This minimal code is all you need to have a functioning web server up and running. Routing is the mechanism that defines how your server responds to different HTTP requests. In Ktor, routing is straightforward and intuitive. You can define different routes for different HTTP methods and paths. For example, you can create a get route for /users that returns a list of all users, a post route for the same path that creates a new user, and another get route with a path parameter like /users/id to retrieve a specific user by their identifier. Path parameters are extracted using the call.parameters collection, giving you easy access to dynamic values in your URLs. Plugins are the way you add functionality to your Ktor application. They provide features like serialization, authentication, logging, and more. To use plugins, you define an application module function and call the install method for each plugin you want to add. For example, you can install content negotiation with JSON support to automatically serialize and deserialize JSON data. You can install call logging to track incoming requests in your logs. And you can install CORS, which stands for Cross-Origin Resource Sharing, to allow requests from different domains. This modular approach keeps your application organized and lets you add only the features you actually need. Working with JSON in Ktor is simple and elegant thanks to Kotlin's serialization library. First, you define a data class and annotate it with the serializable annotation. For example, a user data class with an id of type integer and a name of type string. Then, in your routing, you can use the call.receive method with the user type to automatically deserialize incoming JSON into your data class. To send JSON back to the client, you simply call the respond method with your data class instance, and Ktor will automatically serialize it to JSON. This seamless conversion between Kotlin objects and JSON makes API development incredibly smooth. Ready to start building with Ktor? Here's how to get started. First, visit start.ktor.io to generate a new project with all the necessary configuration. Second, add the required dependencies to your build.gradle.kts file, including the server engine and any plugins you want to use. Third, Create your application.kt file where you'll define your application logic, routes, and plugins. Fourth, run your server locally and test it using a web browser or an HTTP client tool. With these steps, you'll have a working Ktor server ready to build powerful APIs and web services. Ktor makes server-side Kotlin development accessible, efficient, and fun.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.